So how is this love? You see it in the gopis. The gopis had an intense longing to meet Sri Krishna. Because when you love someone, you naturally long to see, to touch, to smell, to hear. All your senses will long for the object of your love. So the gopis' love was so much. When Sri Krishna would go into the forest to graze the cows, he would be there all day long and the gopis would not have his darshan. At that time, the gopis would feel every moment to be like an age long. It is passing by in an age. And then when Sri Krishna would come back, Dhuri bhare hariyavat dhusari. He would be decked in the dust of the cow's feet, play with the flute on his lips, his curly black hair waving in the wind, the peacock crown on his head undulating as he walked as gracefully as a little elephant. The gopis would stand and look. At that time, they would curse the creator Brahma. They say in the Gopi Geet, 2 family camps ago, we took the Gopi Geet. So the gopis are saying, Atati yad bhavanah nikananam trutir yugayate tvam pashyatam kutil kuntalam shri mukhanchate jad udiksyatam pakshmakidrisham. The gopis say that Brahma Ji, the creator's intellect seems to have been deficient. He gave us only 2 eyes. It's not that all creatures have only 2 eyes. A fly has got thousands of eyes in 2 sets. Ever tried catching a fly? Try catching a fly. There's a trick to it. I can catch it, but there's a trick to it. Most 99.9% people won't be able to catch it. Why? You bring your hand from the back, it will see your hand approaching. It will fly off. So the fly has got so many eyes, and the Creator gave us only 2 eyes. And in that also He made the eyelids. So when these eyelids blink, our darshan gets disturbed. Now they blink in a jiffy, you don't even come to know. But even that is intolerable to the gopis. This is a reflection of the extent, the magnitude of their longing for Sri Krishna. And yet, when Sri Krishna left Vrindavan and went to Mathura, how old was he at that time? 11. Okay, good. So I was just checking that everybody is with me. Yes, he was 11 years and 52 days. So when he left, now in his separation for the gopis, each moment was so full of pain, it would seem to them their life hairs will leave the body. It was the state in their separation from Sri Krishna. And yet Sri Krishna is sitting 2 hours away. But the gopis did not go and have darshan. They should have gone. He is just sitting there. Go there and put an end to the longing. The gopis say no. If he wanted to meet us, he would have come himself. The fact that he is not coming means that he doesn't want to meet us. He may have some other works to do. He did not descend on the earth only for us. So we go there for our happiness. This is against our philosophy. This is not the kind of chintan we have done in endless lifetimes of sadhana until we reach this point. Our chintan was tat sukha sukhitvam, his happiness. So the gopis did not go there. What was the thing they sacrificed? What did they sacrifice? Their happiness. They would have got so much of happiness, they sacrificed their happiness on the happiness of Sri Krishna. This is the biggest sacrifice of happiness. See, at night when you sleep, you get the happiness of tamogun, the mode of ignorance. And if somebody wakes you up and you come to know that you were woken up unnecessarily, you get angry. Why did you wake me up unnecessarily? The happiness of tamogun that you were getting got snatched away. And that angered you. We are all attached to our happiness. In this case, the gopis get infinite happiness in the darshan of God. And they sacrifice all of it for His happiness. This is the biggest sacrifice. That is why Sri Krishna, from there, he sent Uddhav. You know that episode, right? Sri Krishna sent Uddhav to inform the gopis. So Uddhav came and gave knowledge to the gopis, and we all know that he got overwhelmed by the love of the gopis. He was the Sandesh Vahak, the message carrier of Sri Krishna. Now, while returning from Vrindavan to Mathura, Uddhav asked the gopis, "Is there any message from your side to give to them? Tell me, do you have any email, WhatsApps, anything?" The gopis said, "We are not tech savvy, Uddhavji. We are technically challenged." So one group of gopis said, "Uddhavji, tell Sri Krishna that we are very happy here. We do hasyasan from time to time." Go and tell him. Uddhav said, "Happy? I see your state of affairs. You are close to death and you say you are happy? You want me to tell him this?" So the gopi said, Uddhavji, Sri Krishna has a very soft heart. If ever he comes to know we are in so much of pain, it will hurt him very much. We don't want him to get hurt. So, just tell him that we are enjoying out here. Sometimes we go to the circus, sometimes we see a movie on Netflix. But Uddhav was a jnani himself. He was not to be conned. He countered. Okay, supposing I carry this message to Sri Krishna, that you are all enjoying. Sri Krishna will say, "Vajiva, I left the gopis and it didn't make a difference to them. That means they had no love for me. Whether I am here or I am not, it made no difference." So won't that hurt him? A second group of gopis, they said, "Uddhavji, you don't listen to them. We are telling you, just go and tell the reality to Sri Krishna. Tell him what you saw, that these gopis, they could leave in any time." So Uddhav said, "You told me that Sri Krishna's got a soft heart. If I inform him that all the gopis here are suffering, then won't it pain him? It goes against your principles of selfless love to give pain to him." So the gopis discovered that neither of these answers was compatible with their higher values. The third group of gopis said, the best is to keep quiet. Like, as happened, when somebody said, Ashwathama Amrita, and Yudhishthir asked, Narova, Kunjarova, and Shri Krishna was quiet. So one group of gopis said, just Shri Krishna says, how are the gopis? Just be quiet. Uddhav said, being quiet can be interpreted in an even worse manner. You know what being quiet means? One parent's child was being operated in the surgery ward. And after 4-hour surgery, the doctor emerged. The parents asked, how is our child? The doctor was quiet. So what will the parents interpret? The child passed away. Likewise, Shri Krishna says, how are the gopis? Uddhav is quiet. Shri Krishna will say, they've all passed away then. Now, none of the three answers is going well. So Radha ji solved the problem. Radha ji said, Uddhav, come here, I'll tell you what. After all, she is the repository of the highest level of devotion. So Radha ji said, Uddhav, it's plain and simple. Just tell him anything you like. Arey? Kakad su pukad, kakad pakad, kakad su pukad pakad. Radha ji said, Uddhav, you tell him whatever you like, but just keep one thing in mind. The smile on his face should not reduce. The smile on his face should not reduce. With this in mind, you tell him whatever you wish. That is selfless love, where we seek the happiness of Shri Krishna. Now, the nature of the soul since endless lifetimes is turned around. Turned around by the chintan, the contemplation inside. The contemplation is Swa Sukha Vasana Gandhalesha Shunya Shri Krishna Sukhaika Taparyamai Bhakti. So, how will you reach that kind of contemplation? You do any spiritual practice, how will this contemplation come inside you? You sit in sadhana from morning till night. Will you develop this kind of contemplation? I want the happiness of Shri Krishna. Your contemplation will be, I want my mind to go to God. Why? It will be very enjoyable. Or if you go higher, I want bhakti. Why? Because it's a very high treasure. Some people get stuck even below, I want Golok. There are many bhakti organizations, I will not name any. Their professed goal is Golok. But that kind of chintan which the gopis had, which was so powerful, how will you get that chintan? Anyone? There is only one way. You have to do seva alongside with sadhana. When you do seva, service, slowly this chintan develops. I want to give happiness to God and Guru. That is why the Guru instructs, do seva, do seva, do seva. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to us. Why does Guruji ask me to do seva? Why doesn't he just let me sit in sadhana all day long? Guruji wants to put you in the highest category. If your intellect could understand everything, there would be no need for a guru. The reason why we make a guru is that there are certain things we are unable to fathom as yet. The guru says your goal is not to attain God at the quickest possible. Your goal is to attain God in the highest category. And what is that highest category? It is the selfless love. That's why.
This has been so meaningful for me and my family.